Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's actual lesson. Now that you've gone over your bell ringers, it's so important to go back to slide 1. Today, your job is to read all your vocabulary words: positive, negative, opposite. The next word is integer, not integer like garage, it's integer like giraffe. And an integer is all the whole numbers and their opposites, including 0. So 5 and -5 are integers. 0 is an integer. Sometimes it's easier to define something by what it's not. An integer is not a fraction. An integer is not a decimal. And so we have our whole number and rational number and counting number examples. Read those. Go through and look at our number line notes. I'm going to read them and go over them with you today, but I want you to look back at those if you have an example. So we have our number line guided notes. Starting at 0, as I move to the right on a horizontal number line, the values get larger. These are called positive numbers. As you move to the right of 0, they get larger and larger. And it's showing that it's moving in a positive direction. How far is the number away from 0 on the number line? It's 3 spaces or 3 units. Notice over here on a vertical number line, starting at 0, going up is a positive number from 0. If you're starting with 0 and you move up, the numbers are positive. If you start with 0 and move down, these numbers get smaller and they get negative. When numbers get larger or smaller as we move to the left of 0, so looking down here, they get smaller. Starting at 0, as I move further to the left from 0 on a horizontal number line, the values get smaller. These numbers are called negative numbers because they are less than 0. Notice the curved arrow pointing to the left to show that negative direction. So the position of the point is now -3. How far is the number from 0? It's still 3 units from 0, but this time we're going to the left. And here you can see that 3 and -3 are considered opposites because 3 is going up 3 units and -3 is going down 3 units. They're the same space away from 0, but in different directions. Here we see it on a horizontal number line. 3 is going to the right. -3 is going to the left of 0. They are considered opposites because they are both 3 spaces away from 0, but in opposite directions. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. There's another example. We've looked at 4. So 4 is our first number we put on the number line, and the opposite of that is -4. And we found our point by moving 4 spaces to the right of 0. And then to find the opposite of that, we start back at 0 and we go 4 spaces to the left and land at -4. So does that make sense why -4 and +4 are considered opposites? So integers are including all these whole numbers, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all the counting numbers, including 0, but it's also the opposite of that. It's the -3, the -4, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In a negative direction. So you have some more notes on here that talks about how far a number is away from 0. And we're talking about the opposite. So here's our assignment for today. It says locate 8 and its opposite on the number line and explain how they're related to 0. So you're going to take this data point here and you're going to put it on the 8. Notice we're putting it on the line in class. That's exactly what we're doing. We're drawing these number lines and we're placing them on there. Now, what would be the opposite of 8 on a number line? -8, because it is 8 spaces to the left this time of 0. 8 and -8 are opposites. So here, explain how they are related to 0. 8 and -8 are both how many spaces away from 0? 8 spaces away from 0. So we're going to from 0. So then we're going to type that in and we have our answer there. You can shrink that up, stretch that out, whatever you want to do to make that look better for you. But I just want to throw that at you. I wanted to go over that very problem with you. Now think about, what is the opposite of 5? What is the opposite of -2? What is the opposite of 4? What is the opposite of -7? And then what is the opposite of 0? Well, the answer to that question, what is the opposite of 0, is in this guided notes reading on slide 4. What is the relationship with 3 and -3 on a number line? They are opposites. What is the opposite of 3? -3. What's the opposite of -5? +5. They are opposites because they're the same distance away from 0, but in different directions. So those are some basic questions to do. And then it says locate and label the following numbers on a number line. Well, first we have to label our number line. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 0 and we're going to put it right in the middle of our number line. And I like for mine to go on the right. You don't have to. You can put it wherever you want. It can go on the left. But I like for my positive numbers have to go up. Positive means increasing. So 1, 2, and I'm just lining these up. You can kind of see the little red lines in there that tells you when they're in line. 2, and then you have 3, and then you have 4, and then you have 5. So then +5. So as numbers go up, they get bigger. As numbers go down, they get smaller. Think about temperature. 5 degrees is warmer than 0 degrees. So then you have temperature. -1 is how many spaces away from 0? 1. And it's going down. So it's a negative number. It's going down. So we have -1. -2. I'm going to drag this over. So I'm showing you how to make this number line. This is part of your assignment. And then you're going to take these data points, -3. And notice I put my 0 right in the middle. And then I'm old and slow. I know this is taking a minute. But we're going to take our data points then and go +5 and put your data point on the line. Notice I'm not putting it on the blue. I'm not putting it above the line or over here. I'm directly putting it on this number line that's over here. So that is your question number 7. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue talking about integers. Like giraffe, integers. All right, have a blessed day.